these are the 10 things I'm doing to try to be the best father I can be for my autistic daughter. I want to preface it by saying Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and to all the good dads out there. And yeah, let's get started. So number one will be to help her in her transitions. I'm gonna read a lot. I took a lot of notes, so I'm gonna be kind of reading from here and free forming it, but also I have like a lot of notes. So one thing that a lot of her therapists helped me and my wife understand and continually is that kids that are autistic can have trouble transitioning. So it means like from one activity to another. It can be just playing in one area into playing in another area, or let's say going from somewhere, say like like the library to okay, now it's time to go home. So transitioning with that. And so some examples of what helps is having like the next activity already lined up. Say give her something from the next activity. If you're working with like a matching puzzle you're going to be playing with, and then the next thing you're doing is say playing with Play-Doh, we'll give her the Play-Doh first, and then we'll still be working on those skills like cleaning up and kind of seeing how her like how she's really reacting that day. If she sometimes she's really a lot better at it, so we'll challenge her more in those transitions and challenge her more to help us clean up and work on those communication skills on the days that she's doing better at that. Number two is shopping on a budget. For food shopping, Aldi's is the best option. It's been much cheaper than like ShopRite or Walmart and most other stores. Buying toys, you can buy them at thrift stores. Well, when we lived in Pennsylvania, we were going to say like Good Stuff. You can get toys for like $1, $3 there, rather than spending like $15, $25 on literally the same toy. Obviously we'll clean the toy and everything before we give it to our daughter. Even Amazon, you can look and see, you can buy like, probably online you're going to find the same toy for cheaper. Let's move on to number three. Number three is playtime. So showing my daughter attention, showing her how happy I am to be with her. It can be easy to get frustrated with certain, aspects of being a parent of a child with autism, because the outburst seems so big. And the emotions are so big, but the smiles are so big too. So everything is kind of like that. And yeah, so playtime. So like parallel play is important, which is one of the things that her therapist went over, is getting your child used to playing next to somebody. It's going to help the transition of, say, playing with kids at school. And yeah, so just playtime, making those happy memories, letting my daughter know that mom and dad are super fun. Okay, so number four, this leads to my next point, which is to smile around your kids. Even if your child is nonverbal, like my daughter, they still pick up on our emotions. So a playful smile can go a long way. A funny example of this is sometimes, just as a joke, me and my wife will say like fake argue. We'll say like, I love you so much. But it's kind of like that tone, like that joking tone. Like me and her, we know we're joking. But the one day my daughter thought we were actually arguing, she gave us like the boo-boo lip, like the sad lip. And we had to be like, no, I'm sorry, sweetie. Like, we're not actually arguing. So yeah. Just smile around your kids. Make sure, they know that home is a happy place. Number five, the therapy session. So going back to, I was talking about the therapist, the different kind of therapist she had was a speech therapist, an occupational therapist, and developmental instructor. And I'm sure when she starts in preschool, she'll have some more therapists like that involved in her preschool and everything like that. So just super grateful for them and trying to pick up as much as I can from the therapist. So it's when the state actually helped us pay for like 2 to 3 sessions a week while getting ready for preschool. Just the consistency of that, of doing those sessions like 2 to 3 times a week, which is always like sitting down and trying to do something like educational for her, like that parallel play that we talked about, and being like at the session being at the library afterwards, kind of parallel play with the other kids and things like that is really, really helpful. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that. Number 6, to just try different things. So it means going to like the zoo, the aquarium, different coffee shops, different environments, different restaurants, so we can see how she reacts in the different environments, so we can expose her to like new and interesting things. There's a coffee shop by my house that has like a guitar and like a lot of art on the walls, and the shop owner is very I'm friends with them, so obviously um, I explained that she's autistic, and they just love kids there, and they're like, oh, she's totally fine, like there's nothing she can get into. And having people, different people, and kind of different places that you could visit close to home, being like welcoming for your kids, and all helping them experience new things, like at the coffee shop, and other fun activities, whether it's in nature or educational games, to can always help her keep growing and see how big the world is. Number 7, some patience and self-care. So more for myself, especially in the beginning, I was much less patient. Um, my wife is so patient and deals with everything really well. We definitely, I would say, like, parent differently. We're different people, right? But we are a team, and kind of that team makes us good parents. We communicate a lot, and yeah. But patience is kind of like we talked about a little bit before. Is sometimes you can have those. My daughter can have big bursts of anger and be screaming like in the store or something like that, which I know is a common thing for kids in general. But again, with a child that's autistic, it could be like that transition. Like, how do we stop this emotion from continuing? How do we transition to the place where we can be happy? And so, having patience and growing that patience through questions with the therapist, and like what to do in those situations, and just learning more about how to be patient, how to help her transition, has been really helpful. Um, yeah, again, patience and self-care, just keeping myself grounded, keeping myself healthy, keeping the diet in our household solid, making sure we're always eating something healthy, like 100% juice, no like high fructose corn syrup, stuff like that. Making sure there's good protein in the diet, staying away from like all the fake colors and stuff like that. Yeah, so patience, self-care, care about the family. All right, let's move to number 8. This one's a little bit personal, so this might hit a little home for some people. So this was hard for me, and that's acceptance. So you start asking yourself all the questions when you have an autistic child, like why this happened. I can go on and on about googling the causes, is there a potential cure, etc. And any parent would want to help their kids no matter what. But acceptance is knowing that my daughter's only 3. We don't know how much she will develop, so being hopeful for the future. And the biggest part about acceptance that I want to address is being present, being in the moment, thankful that you have a wonderful child, and just being there. Because if your head is kind of on all those kind of like negative what ifs and why this, why that, you're not really present. You're not doing the best you can to be in the moment. So again, these are all things that I'm working on. I'm getting better at every day of being a dad. These are the things I'm trying to do to be a better dad. Number 9, make it fun as a parent. These early years really feel like a gift. So number 9 is just being excited to do all the family time, the park trips, eating meals together, the pictures and videos. I have a daughter, so combing her hair, which is hard because my daughter's hair is super curly. Just being happy and enjoy being a parent, rather than letting other things in life kind of bring me down, and not enjoying what's right in front of me. And yeah, we'll expand more on that over time. But the last one, number 10, is just to show love for my daughter. being happy for the milestones when we're there, when they happen. Like a milestone for us is, you know, a little bit longer eye contact, things like that. Um, being happy when she shows more awareness and more skills, like she's getting really a lot better at matching games and doing different matching games and listening better. And so just being, you know, showing her love in those moments and being excited, whether it's like clapping our hands or, you know, working on trying to do high fives. To be optimistic for the future and prepare myself in every way, to be there for my daughter, so she knows I love her. And that's going to be it for today. So thank you all so much. Hope this video brings everyone some hope. Hopefully you heard something that was helpful to you. I hope you can be in the moment and love your child. I hope you can share your story with me so I can have something to look at when I'm in my moments of frustration. That's what a lot of this is about, is like asking you guys your experience so you can help me be better. Maybe it's something that I'm not already looking at, and I want to know everyone more. So again, happy Father's Day, and hope you have a beautiful day.